Hello everybody, I'm having a little walk. I've got a thing here which has cheek swabs in it. I have been given a DNA kit for my birthday because I mentioned that I really like doing my family history stuff. I get very, very interested in it, and I've got quite impressively sized family trees on Ancestry and Family Search for both sides of my family, for the Bartlett side and for the McCartney side, which is my mum's maiden name, and then the Gale, which was my grandma's maiden name, because there was quite a prominent family in Barbados. So obviously I wanted to look at that side. So when I said I'd really like to do a DNA kit and find out a bit more about my heritage, I got given a MyHeritage DNA kit for my birthday. I say for my birthday, it's not quite my birthday yet. I've got a couple of weeks till I turn 33, but the results take about 6 weeks to come back. This is going to Houston, Texas. But yeah, so I am walking up to the mailbox to post this, and then in around maybe 6 to 8 weeks I will be able to go online and see what my cheek swabs, what my DNA tells me about my heritage, which is pretty cool. So hopefully I can turn this into a video once all the results are back. But yeah, exciting. Alright, at the post box, bye DNA. There you go. See you in 6 weeks. 'Tis done. Hey everybody. So, as you saw from the last clips, I was given a DNA kit for my birthday, which I posted off, and a couple of months later I got back and it told me to have a look at my DNA. Apologies if you can hear my laptop fan at the moment, it seems to be going into overdrive. Yeah, I'm now going to use this to tell you what I have learnt from my DNA kit. So, my DNA kit is with MyHeritage, and I'm going to tell you what its space level things are. It tells me that I am 57.9% English. It makes sense. There's a lot of English in my family. I'm also 15.7% North and West European, 10.9% Scandinavian, and then 10.3% Iberian. I have also got 5.2% Nigeria, Africa in there. Straight away, through my DNA matches, I was able to confirm some stuff in the McCartney line of my family tree. My mother's maiden name is McCartney, that was my granddad. I will say that trying to do research for the name McCartney in Liverpool and Ireland, close to impossible. I have not been able to get very far on the McCartney line just because of how common it is. Once I got my heritage stuff back, I am on a Facebook group for the Barbados side of the family tree, and a few people, quite a few people actually, were telling me, get your raw DNA off MyHeritage, you can download it and upload it to GEDmatch. GEDmatch. I call it GEDmatch. Because you'll get a bigger breakdown, all of us are on there, so you'll be able to do it. I'm still getting used to GEDmatch, by the way. But yeah, so when I go in closer, I'm still understanding all of this. We've got WHG. I have no idea what that stands for. EHG. I'm guessing that's Europe. Oceanic, Neolithic, Iran, Mesolithic, I can't speak, Basal, and then I've got Amerindian and African. Now, the Amerindian is interesting because through research onto my grandma's side of the family, we thought that we might have some Amerindian there from I think it was my grandma's great-great-grandma. We believe may have been an African slave. So, I originally started my tree on Ancestry.co.uk, UK version, not the American version. I have quite a few trees in there now, trying to kind of piece things together. I also contribute on Family Search. I go through the surname and try to match trees up where I can. There is something in the Bartlett side which has gotten very, very complicated, going back to the 1600s. Basically, it all comes down to a Thomas Bartlett. Two Thomas Bartletts that were born in the same year. One was born in Dorset and the other one was born in Devon. But people keep thinking they're the same person, but they're obviously not. So that's where the tree goes completely complicated. This is in like the 1600s. That's how far back I've gotten. I'm obsessed. It is so bad. Every so often I just go through the surnames that I am looking up, and I just kind of just go through the names on Family Search and just put the record with trees on there. I'm trying to be helpful. Obviously I only can't connect stuff which needs to be connected, and it's like very, very obvious. If there's any question mark over anything, I don't add it because it's pointless. Yeah, with my heritage it came with a couple of months free, but we accidentally renewed it. So I have officially got my heritage for a year now. The matches on my heritage have been so helpful in sorting out my family tree. There's a lot of matches to my dad's side, huge family, and to be fair, it's huge on both sides. But on the Bartlett side, there's a lot of people, and whenever I log into my heritage, it becomes the notifications drive me insane. Got 452 record matches on there. It's ridiculous. I need to see if I can find a way to change the name of that site. It just says B website at the moment. I think it's B for Bartlett. So when I go on, I can go into my DNA matches, match it by largest segment, and it gives me like people who I'm most definitely related to. So we start off with like a great aunt. It says estimated relationships. So this first person that comes up is a woman who's either a great aunt, a first cousin once removed, or a first cousin twice removed. And then it goes down to third, fourth cousins, third, fifth cousins. There's a guy in America that really did connect me with the McCartney side, mainly because I have a marriage certificate in my records of a Henry McCartney who married a woman called Mary Ann Tootle in Everton in Liverpool, where it's got the name of his father on it, which was William, and it says that he was in Ironmonger and he passed away before the wedding. So that's all I had in regards to who this guy's father was. There is no record of Henry's birth. When I look at sites that have records, the year we think he was born, there's no access to that year. So it's obvious he was born in 1849. I have a marriage record for two people. He was married before he married Mary Ann Tootle to a woman called Julia Burke. From other records I have found, it looks like Henry and Julia met in prison. Yeah, so they married and they had a child called Edward, who I have not been able to find any more records for. It's possible he died in childhood, or when he has done other stuff, just there's been a bit of a severed connection with the rest of the family. I think there was a sister there as well who died quite young, but Julia passed away a couple of years into the marriage, and there's evidence of that because on the wedding certificate that I have for Henry to Mary Ann Tootle, it says that he was a widower. So we knew he'd been married before. That led me down to Julia, and then after that there are not many records of them being together, basically. There's quite a few travel records for a man with the same name with a similar date of birth going to America. And I know that Mary Ann Tootle remarried. She married under the name McCartney, saying that she was widowed. Her father's name is on there as well, so I know it's the same person. But everything points to Henry either disappearing off the face of the planet or ending up in Canada. And for records that I found for a Henry McCartney with a similar date of birth in Canada, it says that his father was either from Liverpool or Ireland and his mother was French. And there is a family record for a family where there is a William McCartney, who was a plasterer, who was married to a woman called Rose Angelique Jouvendier, which I find brilliant because there are so many records that say that she was born in France, and then other records that just say she was born in foreign parts. And this just makes me think it's my family, because my dad is the person who, we think on both mine and my sister's birth certificates, it says that my mum was born in the West Indies. My mum was born in Trinidad. The West Indies kind of covers quite a large area. But yeah, the idea of Rose Angelique just being recorded as being born in foreign parts makes me think that sounds like it could be my family. But yeah, I've got a connection to somebody who lives in the USA, and McCartney is a name that he has been researching as well, and his family tree has connections to William and Rose Angelique, which points me even more in the direction that they were Henry's parents. And it's just that the year he was born has either been, like, the records were destroyed or they just haven't been uploaded, I don't know, but everything is pointing to the fact that William and Rose Ange are the parents of my Henry. And this third to fourth cousin, which fits with the family tree, getting that DNA match has pretty much just confirmed that I was down the right route with Rose Angelique Jouvendier being Henry's mother. The fact that I was able to, confirm that through a DNA match blows my mind. Yeah, it's just so exciting. It's so exciting. When I look at the DNA matches and you've got like the third to fifth cousins and seeing the names, I'll admit there's not much in the Barbados matches on here. Basically, my family from Barbados need to get onto my heritage. But to be fair, I think the majority of my maternal side, as in my mother, are on GED match, are on GED match. I only have one Barbados match on my heritage, and his estimated relationship is third to distant cousin. It's one of those things also, it depends on how wide your tree goes as to whether you can figure out like how you are actually related to people. But yeah, I just find it so interesting to see all this. But yeah, we've got my ethnicity estimate on there. Having the GED match that kind of breaks it down even more is quite incredible. But when I've got to look at, I've got for extended family, 7,693 distant relatives on here. It says, none of your DNA matches appear to be close family. Test family members to get more matches. I wish my dad would do it. But he won't. My mum might, because I think she's just as interested in the Caribbean side of the family as I am. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of share with you what I have learned from my DNA kit. I have seen messages from people saying, oh, it's all bullshit, and it's just like, but for me, this has actually helped with my research and has able to confirm some information that I have been theorising for quite a long time. The fact that through my DNA kit I have been able to confirm who Henry McCartney's parents were is incredible. And it's through a cousin, a third to fifth cousin, that has helped me to determine that relationship. Without the DNA kit, that would have just been pure guesswork. It's on my tree as possibility. This is a possibility. But with that match from my heritage, I know that the offspring of William and Rose Angelique are my cousins. They are my cousins. And I find it amazing that a DNA kit has been able to confirm stuff that I was just there going, this looks like it could fit. The fact that it also means that Henry did end up in Canada just blows my mind. And the fact that Marianne remarried saying that her husband was, whether she knew he was dead or whether she just said it's easy just to say he's dead because he's moved off to Canada with somebody else. You can tell it's like EastEnders or something. It's like a soap opera finding information like this. But that has been a part of the tree that has stumped me for so long, the McCartney side. So the fact that I have been able to get information to kind of extend that research through the DNA is just magical. And if you're interested, go for it. There's no way you'll be disappointed by what you learn. Because even seeing that I am pretty much 58% English, that's not a surprise to me. Because ultimately, even on the Caribbean side of my family, when I look at the names that I am researching, especially my grandma's maiden name, which is Gail, it's on the English settlers in Barbados list. English. I knew the English was there all along. But then we've also got, because Barbados is just a melting pot and it's a tiny island, so ultimately everybody is related to everybody else. Though I must admit, I haven't come across the name Cumberbatch or Fenty in my research so far. My brother-in-law is convinced that Rihanna is our cousin. I was just like, because of the size of the island, it's a possibility. But, oh wait, no. Recently I did come across Cumberbatch. I did come across Cumberbatch. I just remembered. It's one person with the name Cumberbatch in the family tree, but it's there. So technically I am related to Benedict. Don't worry, I am not going to go out and tell people that Benedict Cumberbatch is my cousin. Very, very distant. Very, very distant. But yeah, so that's a bit of information on my DNA kit and my results and stuff about my family tree that I thought it could be interesting to share. I will continue to research my family tree and try to kind of correct information where I can in regards to the stuff that I do know, especially with that Bartlett thing, because it says the Bartletts of Malden, Devon, and then the other one is Lee Dorset, because basically if I am related to the Malden Bartletts, they're cousins, they're not in my direct line. I have got the great name Hollis Bartlett in my tree, and also Bardew Burge Bartlett, so if you've got those names in your tree, we'll be related somehow. But yeah, it's one pesty Thomas, well, two pesty Thomas Bartletts that have completely thrown stuff off in the 1600s. Yetminster, I don't know why I was thinking Kidderminster, Yetminster, Dorset. In the guesswork, my Bartletts go back to the 1500s. 1543 is the last birthday I've got on the Bartlett side, which is quite incredible. Anyway, I'm going to shut up because I'd be getting really, really bored, but I do have the name Anstis Bartlett there, and I just thought, that is a gorgeous name, Anstis. Anyway, thank you for lasting to the end of the video if you did. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you next week with a book review. Mwah. Bye bye.